Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Before we get going, I wanted to let everybody know, link to my sponsor, linqto.com. I just checked, they've got Ripple Private Equity and they have Cerebras up on the board. Cerebras being the largest AI chip in the world. Go check it out. Brad Garlinghouse is apparently very excited about Ripple Swell, which is October 15th to 16th in Miami. I'm most certainly biased, but this Ripple Swell 2024 speaker list and Bloomberg as our official media partner will be the best yet. And then, I don't think I've shown this yet. This is Brad Garlinghouse talking about this year's Swell.
As the gateway between North and South America, Miami has always been a strategic hub for both continents. And it's definitely a city that's long been committed to innovation and development. That's why I'm very pleased to share that Ripple will be holding our 8th annual Swell conference in Miami. Ripple's focus as a company has always been global through our products around payments, custody, and tokenization, but also with Ripple Swell, from Toronto to London to Singapore, and most recently Dubai. That's why we're excited to bring our customers and partners, industry thought leaders, regulators and policymakers from around the world together in this special city. I hope to see you in Miami.
Okay, good stuff. I wanted you to see this video. I don't know that I've ever seen this video or not. We've seen the Jim Rickards, but I wanted you to watch this one.
Reset will be a huge shock.
Let me, hold on.
This reset will be a huge shock when Americans catch on. That's why the average person won't hear a word about the story until it's obvious to just about everyone. And by then, it's going to be too late.
Yep.
In the months ahead, central banks around the world are planning to go digital. Many of the legacy banks you've heard of, where you probably even keep your money, like Bank of America, Chase, Citi, Wells Fargo, they're about to be reset, overhauled by a new type of technology called fintech, which is short for financial technology.
Yeah, can I ask you, what exactly does that mean for the banks and all of us, you and me?
Essentially, it means the function of our banks is about to change. They probably won't raise public suspicion about it by changing the signs on your bank's branches, but according to my sources, the Federal Reserve will soon own all the banks, and your local branch, it's simply going to be like a licensee of the Fed. In other words, the banking infrastructure is being rebuilt from the ground up, and very few Americans are aware this is even happening. We are right on the verge of a once-in-a-generation opportunity to profit by investing in the companies that are building out the architecture for this massive shift. This reset will...
Maybe the digital assets. Okay, Chad Steingraber, Chad Steingraber, you know, I try to tell people this is the kind of stuff that can bring out the crypto Gestapo, the XRP brown shirts. This is the kind of stuff that could activate them. He did a Chad Steingraber theory, the road to $20,000 XRP thread. I'm even scared to even say that $20,000. I'm not saying I believe that that's going to happen. I'm not saying XRP is going to 20,000. What I am saying is that this guy has literally put himself on the line here, assuming it's a guy. I think it's a guy. Because the crypto Gestapo, the XRP brown shirts, will not be having this. I haven't even looked in the comments, but I'm sure they're there going nuts on him and telling him how much smarter they are than he is and all that stuff that they love to do. Because their egos are really involved in all this. But anyway, if you go through, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you take some time and go through and read it. And I'm not saying he doesn't make some great points. I'm just saying, boy, this guy's got some guts. They're coming for you, Chad. Not the digital asset investor. I'm glad that you are voicing your opinion. I think you should be able to say your opinion anytime you want, because this is the United States. We need all the free speech we can get. Big breaking, CZ Binance is now out of prison. I mean, That's a pretty good deal for him, actually. You apparently there was billions of dollars that he was able to make and do some things fraudulently, and now it's been 4 months in jail. If you were told that you could make billions and then spend only 4 months in jail to pay for it, you'd probably do it, wouldn't you? California wants to reward illegal aliens with zero down, no payment home loans. Just more. It's like Ryan Selka said, the more I watch of these clowns that are currently in power and at this convention, the more I watch, the more it's almost like we're being psyop. It's almost like it's a joke and they're just throwing crazy things in your face. Because this, as well as the unrealized capital gain, all these things will destroy this country. Destroy it. I believe that there are a group of people, probably starting with Obama, who set out to destroy this country as founded. I believe that was their mission from the start.
It's moving, and it's moving not in a correlated fashion with risk on, whereas Bitcoin definitely looks like it's just a
Does that ever switch?
I think it can. I mean, Bitcoin is just sort of got two functions, right? Because it is a risk-on asset, but I think it's an important protection against systematic risk.
Do you ever want it to be correlated to gold?
I think Bitcoin is digital.
You know, I was thinking about something today. The Bitcoiners talk about replacing gold. Ripple's always talked about replacing Swift. What if that's the goal of both?
Also, I think it's replacing gold over time.
So eventually...
That's not going to happen, by the way. Ripple may replace Swift, but gold is not being replaced by Bitcoin.
It should act like gold, which means that it shouldn't have the kind of meteoric rise that we're talking about here.
Well, it depends on what the dollar does, because there could be a day that dollar could debase, and then you'd want to own a lot of Bitcoin or gold. But I mean, to me, the fact that gold's rising is showing you there's still a lot of fear out there. I mean, I think gold is almost a measure of the bearish sentiment, and that's why I think stocks still
Do
have
you
upside.
have...
Alrighty, then we have this. This is Caitlin Long.
Crypto is in a very different place than it was 2 or 3 years ago, because this idea that the dollar is going down the tubes and that instability it would cause people to run from it just doesn't seem to hold as much as it did back then. Do you disagree?
Definitely agree. The two ecosystems need to coexist, and I believe will coexist for quite some time.
So why should I care if I'm not a person who's invested in crypto already? If I don't have a dog in the fight, why should I care as a participant in the economy? I'm not going to buy stuff with crypto anytime soon. It doesn't feel like. So what's in it for me?
Well, in the U.S., you might not be buying much with crypto anytime soon, but that's not true about the rest of the world. Bitcoin is different things to different people. And the most important aspect of Bitcoin is that no one controls it. It's just code maintained by engineers in an open source, decentralized manner, and it cannot be diluted by the arbitrary whims of a control P at a central bank.
So we've had a lot of conversation lately about AI. The metaverse has kind of faded away. Web3, which crypto is a part of, has faded away too. It's sort of competing, I think, crypto is for the zeitgeist here. If I shouldn't care in the US, why should I as an investor look at it beyond a space for speculation and some risk?
Well, in the U.S., that is primarily what it is right now. I'll concede that. It is about an investment, and especially that's true with the ETFs, with the wirehouses now starting to offer the Bitcoin and Ether ETFs, which is just a wrapper around the actual underlying asset. But again, it is also a payment system. It's so interesting, as someone who's been in Bitcoin for this entire since 2012, so I've been through 3 cycles. Bitcoin became different things. In the beginning, it was a payment system, and it has evolved in the U.S. because
it doesn't work.
Of transaction costs to be a high value transfer system, which is what makes it an investment. And of course, because it cannot be diluted, it is digital gold.
Right. Can't remember if I've ever told the story. I think I was at Consensus. I'm in the airport. I hop on an elevator in the airport. It's just me and Caitlin Long in the elevator. I never said a word to her. She had no idea that the digital asset investor was there on the elevator with her. True story. I'm sure she's not a fan. I'm going to skip over this clown. We've shown him too much this week. A top Kamala Harris advisor said the Democratic presidential candidate is interested in a friendlier stance towards crypto regulation than the administration which she's currently a part of. Digital Perspectives nails it here. After almost 4 years of trying to kill crypto, all of a sudden they want to pass it. Not because it's what the people want, not because because American innovation can propel us into a new industrial revolution. No. Now they want to pass it simply to save their own political careers. Lark Davis has it. Donald Trump is pro-crypto. RFK Jr. is pro-crypto. Meanwhile, the Democrats have an anti-crypto army carrying out Operation Choke Point 2.0 against crypto. If you want crypto to thrive in America, choose wisely. Now, look what's going on here, folks. Robert F. Kennedy, the rumor on the street is that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is to address the nation on his path forward this Friday in Arizona. Trump will also be in Arizona, Now, folks, what's going on here is making me feel like we've been watching a movie. What I'm going to show you is what I think. If we're watching a movie, I think we're also at the same time beginning to see what the dramatic conclusion to that movie is going to be. I'm going to show you what I think, what a possible conclusion that's actually being talked about. I'm going to show you what that is. And it will be glorious for those of us that care about the truth and care about the bad guys going to prison and care about the trash being taken out in this country so that we can have freedom again and not communism. I'm going to show you what I think that conclusion might be. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. If we're watching a movie, let's go see what conclusion is starting to formulate here. Here we go.